Hello Neppers, it's me, Wild Neptune, and in this video, we're going over, should you pull on any of the upcoming banners? And this is a hard one, guys. But before that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me at Twitch, twitch.tv/WildNeptune. Let's go. So, as revealed, the two banners coming up after the maintenance, a few hours as the recording of this video, will be Blue Krau and Fire Ravi. Two premium RGB units. But if it wasn't hard enough to decide between those two, next week we have Seaside Bologna. And then a week after she ends, so in a month, there will be the HYufine rerun too. And remember, SSB and HYufine are limited units, which means they don't pop up in the normal summon pool. So you only have that period of time to pull them, and then they're gone until they get rerun again. Probably next year. But let's go over Krau first. Krau is as close to a must-pull RGB that you can get that isn't limited. He's very strong right now in the meta. His skill set with defense up and a combat readiness decrease, a true damage horse based on his lost health, and a S1 with a provoke is very strong. Borderline, I say the best knight in the meta right now. Very good, especially with things like Carrot and stuff running around. Also very good into ML Krau because it just gets his horse online a little bit faster. He is coming with Holy Sacrifice as his artifact. So if you don't have that maxed out and are using it, there's a little more value in pulling on him. If you don't have him, and you have 2 pities worth of bookmarks, I would pull on him. I say 2 because, and this is where people who already have, who don't have any of the units. Next up is Ravi. Ravi is a little less important now than Krau, mainly because Carrot has supplanted her as the fire DPS of choice, but I still think she's a strong unit overall. Just not necessary, I believe, anymore. But at the same time, let's say you already have Krau and you have 2 pities, then I would pull on Ravi. If you only have 1, you probably want to save for SSB. But if you have 2, I would pull on Ravi if you already have Krau. But what Ravi does, she has an S3, which is an AoE stun. Her S2 gives her combat readiness boost, attack boost, effectiveness boost. Also, it charges her Finding Spirit Barb, which she needs to use her S3. And her S1 too, well, she has a self-healing, a chance to stun. The E here gives her a cleanse chance, right? Overall, a very solid unit, easy to use. But let's go into the limited units here, starting with SSB. SSB will come with Drink, which is a very good artifact, especially for her. SSB is not the be-all end-all unit she used to be. She has a lot of checks and counters now, like not Politis, Solitaria, Rowana, MO Krau, G Purgus, but she remains a powerful unit when she in the right spots. I actually think that both Krau and Ravi are stronger than SSB and HYufine right now, but the fact that she's limited kind of puts her up at a little bit of a higher, priority level than those two. She's, in terms of gearing, she's very flexible. I see here I'm running her on 2 crits and an immunity set, but you can run her on like speed immunity, like hit defense immunity, right? Crit defense immunity, right? Mix and match or whatever you want to. The fact she's coming with Drink is also very key. Again, very strong artifact overall. And then we have HYufine. She's more of a niche counter pick now. She can be used more proactively with like a Lilius Cleave or something like that, but most of the time she'll be used as a counter pick to like debuffers and stuff like that. She's never really been a meta hero. She's always been like niche at best, but nice to have in your roster, right? Looks good too, right? That's always important also. So in terms of like the math and if you should pull or not, like I said, if you have 2 pities and you have none of the units, personally, what I would do is I would pull on Krau, skip Ravi, get SSB, right? Because there is quite a long time between SSB and when HYufine ends. Also, there'll be like summer side stories and other bonus stuff happening during that time too, which will give you more sky stones and more bookmarks. So if you get like, a little bit fortunate, you should be able to pull out another like enough to get HYufine if you already have 2 pities saved up for SSB and Blue Krau. If you already have Blue Krau, or say you already have SSB, or you already have like one of the units and you have 2 pities, you can feel free to like pull on the first 2 you don't have, and you'll probably have enough to get the 3rd one. If you only have 1 pity, then I would probably save it for SSB. Personally, I feel like if SSB and HYufine were swapped, like in their positions, I would say you'd be okay to pull on Krau, and then you'll probably have enough by the time SSB ends to get her too. But because she's coming right after Krau, like next week, you would probably have to wait in that case just to be safe. And this is just from the fact that SSB is limited. I do think Krau is stronger, but SSB is not a weak unit, and she's limited. So those are just my opinions and thoughts on if you should pull or not pull. Again, always use your judgment and discretion. If you have any other questions, be sure to check out the Discord, everything like that, or especially at Twitch and ask questions there too. Also, there will be a balance update notice this weekend, so you might also want to wait for that to see maybe some things might change that might make a unit like better or worse. That might change your, or even my, judgment on what you should do here. Don't forget too that Straws is also coming out, and he might have something to say about the meta also. But I'm all Neptune. It's been a good one. Nep out.